Welcome back. You're still watching In the Game on News Central TV. Let's take you to the ever-exciting world of football, starting from home, where, of course, Edo Queens, irrespective of the fact that they are Nigerian, they are far away in Cote d'Ivoire, and they will be in the final of the WAFU B CAF Women Champions League. They play against Benin Republic Ainonvi FC in the final match of the WAFU B CAF Women's Champions League qualifiers holding in Cote d'Ivoire. Now, Edo Queens secured their place in the final with a hard-fought 2-1 triumph over host club Inter de Abidjan, with Suliat, Abideen and Blessing Illivieda scoring for the Nigerian, while Aduja Edwige Sandrine Niamen scored for the Ivorian side. Now, before the ultimate showdown, the third-place match between Inter de Abidjan and A.O Etincelle was held yesterday, with the former winning 1-0. Edo Queens began their campaign with a 5-0 rout of AS Garde from Niger, followed by a convincing 3-0 win against Ghana's Hasaacas Ladies. Another 1-0 victory over Omnisport Etincelle secured their position as group leaders. The winner of this match will represent the WAFU Zone B in the preliminary stage of the 2024 CAF Women Champions League, of course, that will go down later in the year. Now, Tuesday victory cap off a remarkable year for Edo Queens, who secured the first ever NWFL Premiership title in 2024. That was, of course, before now. Now, joining us to preview the big game that would happen in Cote d'Ivoire is sports journalist with XLFM Uyo. Akila Matawa joins us this afternoon. Good afternoon to you and welcome to In the Game.
Good afternoon, Favor. It's a pleasure to join you as always.
All right, let's go straight to business. A make or mar for Edo Queens in their quest to make the CAF Women's Champions League. How easy or difficult is it for the Benin-based side?
At this point, it cannot be easy, truth be told, because teams grow into competitions, and Ainonvi FC have grown into the competition. We saw how they fought really hard to get the better of Omnisport Etincelle in the last game. And when a team gets to the final with the extra motivation that if you win it, you will be competing in the CAF Women's Champions League, that's big motivation, so it's never going to come easy at all. Edo Queens have been fantastic in the tournament so far. They've scored lots of goals, 11 goals scored, just 1 conceded, and that was in the last game against Inter de Abidjan. So I think going by the numbers and going by how far both teams have come, Edo Queens should be considered favorites heading into this game. But in a final, anybody can win, and Ainonvi FC will throw everything into this game. But trust Edo Queens, they have the required arsenal in their ranks to get the job done. They've made some fantastic signings even before the start of this competition. They've gelled already with the team, joining up with the others who have been there. MMSN has been shouldering this team. She's been getting all the goals for them. I think 5 goals now so far for her. A blessing, Illivieda, you spoke about her scoring in the last game as well. Fantastic goal it was on the day. Olashade Jamilusi may not have scored any goal, but she's been fantastic for Edo Queens in this tournament so far. I'll talk about other players in the team. All of them have done immensely well. Joy Jerry, Esther Moses. And also, I think they've had so much flair playing. They've dominated in all the games they have played, save for the second half against Inter de Abidjan. They're a fantastic side to watch. They are a delight to watch. And I must salute what Moses Aduku has been able to do with this team. Remember, he got the chance of taking Bielsa Queens to the continent, but resigned even before the WAFU B qualifiers. Domo Okara of blessed memory took over that team. He was able to qualify them, took them to the semi-final. They finished there in that edition back in 2022. So Moses Aduku, I think it's a date with fate, because he had declined leading a team to the continent in the past, took up the lucrative Edo Queens job, and he now has the opportunity of himself becoming the 4th manager in Nigeria to take a team to the CAF Women's Champions League should they get the job done today. It was Edwin Okon with Rivers Angels. It was Domo Okara with Bielsa Queens. Last time out, it was Tosan Blankson with Delta Queens in the qualifiers now. And now it's Moses Aduku's turn. Hopefully he makes it to the finale, because last time it wasn't too good as Delta Queens missed out. So I think Nigeria needs to get back to the CAF Women's Champions League, and Edo Queens are the ones we are banking on now to deliver the job. Fantastic job they have done So they should be able to get the job done today. But truth be told, it will not come easy.
All right, you've talked about the squad of Edo Queens, how they can be brutal on the day with the series of quality players they've added into their side. Ainonvi also, they have not lost a game going into the final. One begin to also look at the aspect of overconfidence on the side of Edo Queens. They've looked like they want to just get things done. Don't you think that that's a case or some sort of worry for Edo Queens, not respecting their opponent, especially with the run of form they've had going into the final?
I trust Moses Haduku. He's a manager who always wants more from his players. Even in games that they look like they've seen off the game, especially like the game against AS Garde, when they had gotten 3 goals, you will expect a team to probably soft pedal and just pass the ball around. But you saw the ambition, and they were able to get 2 more goals in the closing moments of that game. Hasaacas Ladies looks like a team that we're going to hold them. First half, it was goalless. And when they went into the second half, I don't know what the pep talk was from Moses Haduku. They came out like a different team and got 3 goals in the second half. So they don't look like a team that can be complacent. Even in the last game, yes, they conceded in the second half. In just the first minutes of that second half, that was against Inter de Abideen in the semi-finals. But from that moment onwards, they were back on their toes. They continued to fight until the end. Even when the deficit was halved, they showed that they needed to score more goals, and they were able to fight until the very end. Even when they had just a goal advantage, other teams will sit back and try to suck the pressure, but Edo Queens kept attacking and attacking. And for a team that has an array of great attackers like MMSN that we've spoken about, Esther Moses has been doing well, Joy Jerry, Blessing Illivieda, and the rest. If you sit back, or maybe you get relaxed, it's a disservice to those attacking players, because they want you to pass the ball to them. They want to take on the opponents. They want to make that runs. They want to, find those spaces between the defenders and exploit. So if you have players like that with blistering pace, players like that who are intelligent, you need to keep feeding them. And you should do that for 90 minutes. You can get a goal in the first, let's say 10 minutes, but you need to score more goals, because goals will win you this game. And you don't know what the other team, Ainonvi in this case, might bring up in the second half. So I feel complacency and overconfidence will not be found in the fold of Edo Queens, because I know what Moses Haduku brings to this team. I know the players who are there as well, players who want to test glory. And just like it's been said, MMSN is supported by so many clubs. And what better present to give to fans of Edo Queens and to Nigerians than ensure that this team plays in the CAF Women's Champions League? Then you can say goodbye and bow out like a heroine.
All right, MMSN, I remember our days with Ibom Angels, got to the finals twice against Rivers Angels, but did not win, either of the finals. So this is an opportunity for her. But Akila, do you want to make predictions for today's game? Talking about Edo Queens against Ainonvi FC.
Well, I am one who hates making predictions, but I'll go for an Edo Queens win by a 2-goal margin.
All right, by 2-goal margin. Octopus Akila still staying with us. Let's quickly move our attention to the men's category, talking about the CAF Champions League, where head coach of Enugu Rangers, Fidelis Ilechukwu, has declared his team's readiness to finish off AS Zilimaju of Comoros in the second leg of the CAF Champions League first round of preliminary round, of course, in Uyo later today. Uwumiro Frank, 22nd minute goal, gave the Nigerian a win in the first leg played on Sunday at the same venue. Now, both sides adopted the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium, Uyo, for their CAF Champions League games after their respective stadia failed to make CAF's approval. The Comoros side were the home team during the first leg, and Ilechukwu believes the Flying Antelopes must up their ante if their second meeting will guarantee their progress into the second round. The Flying Antelopes are going into today's game as favorites, of course, on paper, and a draw will be enough to see them progress to the next round of the competition. Kickoff time is 3 p.m. at the Next of Champions, and still with us is Akila, who is currently in Uyo, Akwa Ibom, and he witnessed the first leg of this encounter. Now, Akila, a banana skin game lies ahead for Enugu Rangers. A draw is enough to pull through. But with the narrow win in the first leg, how difficult or easy is it for the Flying Antelopes against the side from Comoros?
Well, just a situation update. I'm at the stadium already. I came in some moments ago, and when I had to join you, I had to move away from the noise coming through from the speakers. And just right now, Rangers International and their opponents have both arrived. There are choruses downstairs. They are gingering themselves up. They are trying to put themselves, you know, on. They want to calm the pressure, because in this kind of games you can get really nervous. And it's good to see that both teams have arrived.
Never say that.
It's been a rainy day as well in Rio. It's been a rainy day in Rio. I had to defy the rain because I needed to come here on time. I was drenched a bit, but I had to honor this invitation and get to somewhere I can relax and get in touch. But just to get into the game proper now, I think for everybody who saw the game and those who might have seen the highlights of that game, Rangers International had no business not winning that game by at least a 4-goal margin. First few minutes of the game, Teken Agarando got a chance, you know, free header, he skied it over the bar. There was also another chance he had much later in the game, he blew it. There were other chances as well coming through for Rangers International. They couldn't take their chances. Chiedozie Okorie was one of them. You can talk about the fact that the away team are no pushovers. Talking about the Comorian champions, Zelimaju, but in the first half of that game, Rangers should have finished off the game. And Fidelis Ilechukwu, after the game, said, well, if they had gotten all of those goals in the back of the net, the pressure would have been lesser for them. But they have to hold on to that slim advantage now, try to put everything into this game. I tell you, Rangers were the better side on the day, and they deservedly won that game. And that margin of victory doesn't even tell what the play was like on the day. They should have been flying. They should have gotten a very good margin and should have come into this game just trying to enjoy themselves and see the game out into the next phase of the qualification. But I think they will have to double up today, just like Fidelis Ilechukwu has said, because the Comorian champions in the first half didn't really enjoy possession or had a hold of the ball for quite a time. But in the second half, they showed that maybe they were giving so much respect to Rangers, or maybe they wanted to sit back, study the game, suck the pressure and see what they can do. They were better in the second half. They played fantastic football. They had a few chances, even though not as good as the chances that Rangers had. So I think it's not going to be an easy game for Rangers because they are walking a tightrope as it stands. And if they make any mistake and the Comorians get a goal, then it could just be catastrophic for them because they will now be pushed to come out and try to fight. But I trust the quality in that Rangers side. Even when they didn't win by as many goals, they dominated possession, they are calm on the ball, they pass the ball around. You can see that they have an idea of what they want to do. But I think most importantly, the missing piece in this team is the absence of Godwin Obaje, because he has been the one carrying the team. He was instrumental to their title triumph last season, top scorer in the league for them, scored double digits of goals. And if you miss that kind of experience, one who has been in the league, there's no season that he fails to score at least 8 goals. In the NPFL, he was winner of the Golden Boot in 2018 with Wiki Torres, 2016 with Wiki Torres when he scored 18 goals. So that's a consistent performer, one who is used to playing around the goal area, one who is calm when he gets the chances, he slots the ball into the back of the net. Rangers are missing that prolific attacker now, and others must have to step up. Even the chances that they had in the last game, most of them did not come from attackers. Midfielders, defenders were the ones having the chances for them. So that tells you that the attackers probably are not doing the right runs. They're not being so aware of their positioning and everything. So Rangers have to work through that. But if you ask me, I think they have the arsenal to get the job done. Even when they played an away game, it is always, I've seen that after playing an away game, you travel back. Rangers have been in Uyo from that day, from Sunday. They trained on Monday, trained on Tuesday, trained on Wednesday, trained yesterday. So they've been on ground. They are used to the arena. They've trained at the men ball of the Nest of Champions, even though Zelimaju themselves as well have been around. Both of them have been preparing. But I think the better side will win today. And every Nigerian will be hoping that Rangers are the better side today. Do they have the personnel to get the job done? Yes, they do. But will they get the job done is the big question. Will Zelimaju allow them to play their game and get their goals? Another big question. But I tell you, the rains have been flowing, even though not at a very high rate. But I feel that most times when you see the rains fall, it's a clear indication that you're going to have an excellent game. And we can't wait to get started here at the Nest of Champions.
All right, Akila, it's been a fantastic update from you. You've just given us an update about the arrival of both teams at the stadium. Let's look at, before I let you go, let's look at the 12th man of the day. Now, interesting to see that Akwa United, the Promise Keepers, have thrown their weight, behind Enugu Rangers. Not just Akwa United, we also have the Akwa Ibom State FA showing support. And you are in Uyo, you were there in the first leg. How much are we going to see today from the fans today? Do we have over 12 buses parked already from Enugu coming to Uyo to cheer Rangers, or would it be just playing in an empty environment?
Well, I think today we will be having more attendance than what we had last time, because the publicity somehow has been better this time. Since they played here on Sunday, they've been around, so there's always been news around Rangers, whether they are training or they are preparing for Friday's game. The players have been speaking as well. And the last time out, many of their fans could not make it here. Their bus broke down on the way, so they had to go back to Enugu. And today, I feel that if those fans had made the arrangement to travel, then they should be here in time for the game. The fans are coming in little by little. The rain might be, stopping others from making their way right here. But I'm sure that once it gets better, once the showers subside a bit, we will be having a good number of fans today. But ultimately, let me just give this update. Last game, when we didn't even have many fans, the few traveling Rangers supporters who came for that game were on the other side, at the home grounds, at the home teams, the away teams' fan area. And the noise they were making throughout the duration of that game, you would be thinking it's 5,000 people making it.
Wow.
They were gingering throughout the game. They were ringing their bells. They were beating their drums. They were applauding every move from Rangers International. I tell you, even when Akwa United plays here and the team gets a larger number of support, maybe 5,000, maybe 8,000, it's always, silence. Maybe when a goal is scored or something, then people clap or they rise up to celebrate. But these Rangers supporters, like their tag says, never say die. They never gave up. They were cheering on their team for the entirety of the 90 minutes. And I feel that impact in supportership doesn't have to rely on number. But however it is, no matter how few you are as supporters, no matter how it is like, just give the players the feeling that you are around, give them the feeling that you're rallying around them. And I tell you, Rangers, even if they don't have many supporters, if those supporters who were here can keep up the tempo and we have a few more joining them, then support on their part will just be excellent. Yes, Akwa United, very welcoming. They've said they will throw their weight behind them. I am waiting and hoping already to see Akwa United supporters join up with Rangers supporters like they had done in the past. When Ainonvi played here in the African Football League, they mixed up and they were cheering them. And I think in Nigeria, we don't really have those rivalries where fans of opposing teams will say that no, it is their team, let them play. I think here, we are even more concerned about protecting the number of slots we get on the continent. So every Nigerian team that is on the continent, we give them the support, be it Remo Stars, be it Rangers International.
It's a Nigeria project.
Be it Academy Warriors. It's a Nigerian project. That's how we see it. And I'm sure that Nigerians will be rallying behind all of these teams this weekend. 3 of them in the men's football are playing on the continent. We have Edo Queens as well today. Ainonvi will join up in the next round, and hopefully we have all of these teams join up with Ainonvi so that we can amplify the support and see how far these teams can go on the continent.
All right, a very well, update from you, Akila Matawa. I want to say a big thank you to you for your time, and we hope that the Friday, the showers of blessing in different parts of Nigeria can indeed bring blessings to the club sides that would be playing on the continent, from Edo Queens to, of course, Academy Warriors, and not also forgetting Rangers, who will be playing in Uyo in the next about 1 hour plus from now. Thank you very much for your time.